Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the gymnasium here at Springfield High School and tonight's Central League basketball game between the visiting Panthers of Strath High School and your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School. My name's Don Cadge. I'll be bringing you play-by-play tonight. With me is color commentator Don Mooney. Don, it's early in the year yet. Each of these teams has a losing record. Springfield is 1-2. Haven is 1-5. Each of these two squads seems to be still trying to find themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, it's important. We're here in the Central League now, and we've gotten out of the gate 0-2 in the Central League. We've got to get a win here tonight to stay in contention for any type of playoff consideration or Central League contention. This is a winnable game again, just like the other two are close scores, but we're just really having a struggle of consistent scoring. Colin Trude got out of the gate real well first couple games, and then he's having a hard time getting him the ball here. So hopefully tonight we figure something out. We get on the glass early with our size. We look like we're going to be bigger than Strath Haven and get going here offensively.
We talked about this a little bit before the game. The ray of hope for the Cougars has to be the opening night game when Springfield went down to Sharon Hill and just took Academy Park apart by the score of 91-44. Scoring 91 points in a high school game is almost unheard of. That night the Cougars shot 64% from the field, 40% from three-point land, and then as you just mentioned, in the next two games, Springfield combined for 83 points. So the question is Springfield the 91-point team, or the two-game 83-point team, or somewhere in between?
Well, look, they were very confident that opening game, which is great to see. They just got to carry that confidence through. I've watched a couple of their other games on YouTube, and you can just see there's some hesitation, and we're not running the offense smoothly. We get a bad turnover when we don't need it. They're the things they got to overcome to get on top and get a win in a close game. And that's really, hopefully tonight, we make it easy on them and we'll get a good 5 or 10 point victory here tonight.
These two teams have already played two common opponents. They've each played Marple Newtown. On December the 7th, Marple defeated Haven 63-31. They basically doubled them up. And in the game just 2 nights ago, the Cougars hung tough before losing 50-43. So that game would somewhat indicate that Springfield might be a bit of a favorite here tonight. And then when you talk about the Academy Park game, as we mentioned, Springfield won 91-44, and the Tigers of Marple actually were defeated by Academy Park 59-52. So when you look at the two games with common opponents, at least on paper, it appears the advantage might be with the Cougars tonight.
Let's hope. I mean, it looks like, we've been playing small. We have our two big guys out there with 3 guards. Looks like Luke Benacchianella is not here tonight, so we're going to be small again. Whether Coach McCormick goes with a bigger player in the back with Trude and Johnson, we'll wait to be seen here.
It's way too early to talk about Central League standings, but we'll do it anyway, because tonight out in Conestoga, maybe the two best teams in the league, Conestoga and Lower Merion, are facing each other. It looks like the Aces are loaded again. They don't seem to have any problems out at Lower Merion High School to keep Coach Greg Downer loaded with unbelievably high-quality basketball players. But Conestoga should not be overlooked. That's going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, I thought this was the year that Lower Merion may be slightly down, but they're already out of the gate, too. 5-0 overall. Just incredible.
You're right. Most of the preseason pundits said that the league overall is somewhat down, but I don't think Lower Merion's going to be. We'll see how things go as we get into the heart of the wintertime here.
Yeah.
So the two teams have reported to their bench, getting final instructions from their coaching staffs. And in a minute, we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups for each team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Layla Dupuy, and tonight I will be announcing the starting lineup. First, for our Strath Haven Panthers,
And now for the introduction of the starting lineups for Strath Haven. Number 1, a junior guard, Jacob Wenke. Next out, number 2, their leading scorer so far this year, a sophomore, Theo Haraji. Next out is number 25, a junior, Jahi Curtis, followed by number 14, Ryan Colleen. He's also a junior. And the final starter for Haven tonight is also a junior, number 32, Justin Wilson. And now for your hometown Cougars of Springfield. First starter, number 34, a freshman, number 34, TJ Valetti. Second out, number 1, Patrick Flaherty. Third starter, number 11, Jake Adams. He's a senior. And then the 2 forwards for the Cougars, both seniors, number 33, Ryan Johnston, and number 31, Colin Trude. And we now ask all of you to join us here in the gym in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
So there's our answer. Coach McCormick's going a little bit bigger tonight. Starting freshman TJ Valetti, who's very athletic, is going to be one of the star lacrosse players. Played football, had some time in the backfield on football, and here he is tonight starting his first varsity Central League basketball game.
It's also going to be interesting to see if Coach McCormick continues to play the 2-3 zone he implemented during the Harriton game in the first home game, or whether he mixes it up a bit with some man. So it looks like Patrick Flaherty and TJ Valetti will be the guards tonight, and then the back line will be Jake Adams, Colin Trude, and Ryan Johnston. This is Colin Trude jumping center. Ball's up, tapped around. Grabbed by Patrick Flaherty, and Springfield has the first possession. Flaherty with it. Flaherty to Valetti. TJ with the left-handed dribble. I believe TJ is a left-handed shooter as well. Down low, ball's knocked off of a Haven player. It'll be Springfield's ball under their own basket. Valetti to bring the ball in for Springfield. Gets it out to Adams. Jake. Back to Valetti. TJ thought about the shot, drives the lane, gets up with the layup and scores. Nice move down the baseline to TJ Valetti, and the Cougars draw first blood.
We'll take that start anytime for the freshman, going strong baseline with a good finish.
This is Haraji with it. And the ball's knocked out of bounds off of a Haven player, so the turnover gives the ball to Springfield. Patrick Flaherty with it. Over to Adams. Jake. Top of the key to Colin Trude to Valetti. TJ has the ball knocked away. It goes off of TJ. It'll belong to Strath Haven. We've played almost a minute into tonight's game. Cougars up 2-0. This is Jacob Wenke with the ball. Another turnover by Haven. Don, I just noticed the starting 5 for Strath Haven are all underclassmen, 4 juniors and a sophomore. So they're probably going to all be back next year. It's a good experience.
Yeah, so you may see them trying to figure out how they play together here as they get into their offense. They've had 2 turnovers on their first 2 possessions.
Great pass by Colin Trude. Excellent block by the Haven defense. Stolen right back by Flaherty. Patrick's on the run. Passes it down to Johnston. Up and good. Nice pass to senior forward Ryan Johnston. Makes it Cougars 4, Panthers nothing.
Well, and there's your answer. They're actually playing man-to-man, too, on these first 3 possessions, which is good to see.
I guess early in the year, Don, the thought is let's try a lot of things and see what works the best, like any other team effort. That's Jahi Curtis with it. No good. Ball comes down to Adams. Jake. Over to Trude into the corner. Flaherty for 3. It's good. Nothing but net. 3-point shot by Patrick Flaherty, and the Cougars jump out to a quick 7-0 lead 2.5 minutes into tonight's first quarter.
And that's part of it. I mean, it actually feels a little cold in here tonight, but when you play man-to-man, it gives us such high energy. They're playing aggressive man-to-man.
Into the corner. Player's wide open. Doesn't take the shot. Goes near the free throw line for the jumper, which is good. That was Ryan Colleen for the Panthers. Jake Adams with it. Haven showing a little bit of trapping press just past midcourt. Doesn't work, and there's a personal called. So for those of you who might be watching your first game this year, we'll explain the new foul rules that PIAA has put into place. It applies to both boys' games and girls' games. They do fouls now by quarter. Each team has 4 fouls to give per quarter. And starting with the 5th foul, it's a 2-shot foul every time, right?
And I need to say, that came into play in the girls' game the other night. Marple was so much more relaxed shooting those fouls at the end. They were all 2 shots.
Flaherty down the lane, up with a layup. Up and in by Patrick Flaherty. Good job by Flaherty on that shot. Cougars back up 7 to the glass. No good. Rebound to Valetti, and here comes TJ on the run. TJ stops. Out to Trude for 3. Wide open, little short. Nice rebound by Adams. Jake pulls it back out. Going to try again. This also no good by Trude. Rebound down to Jahi Curtis, and here come the Panthers. Curtis has it. Stops. Gets it out to Justin Wilson into the corner to Wenke. To the other side of the court to Ryan Colleen. Back out to Curtis. That was Theo Haraji going to the glass and getting fouled. Now we should probably keep our eye on Haraji number 2, see if they're doing anything special for him tonight, given that he's been their leading scorer so far this season.
It looks like Adams is trying to cover him man-to-man here.
Haraji, first one's up. Around and out. A little bit short. Second free throw coming for Theo. He had a brother who graduated last year, and he must have a sister on the girls' team. There's Harajis all over Strath Haven basketball. Second free throw's up and good by Theo. Springfield on the run into the corner, wide open to Flaherty. He didn't take it, pulls it back out, and the Cougars will run the offense over to Ryan Johnston. Johnston, guarded by Curtis, to Adams. Jake to the corner to Valetti. TJ to Colin. To Patrick, to Jake for 3, in and out. Great rebound, up and good by TJ Valetti. And Springfield has come out of the locker room looking pretty good so far, Don.
I mean, that's all you ask the freshman to do. Just go out there and hustle, you know what I mean? Get rebounds when you can, get to the basket, and he's done a tremendous job on a great start here.
One thing we noticed in the Harriton game is Springfield's big this year. Had 2 big forwards, guards, pretty strong kids. So we saw a lot of one and done offensive sets by the opposition. Harriton's not a physically big team. They shoot a lot from the outside, and the Cougars hung into that game mainly because of their defense. So hopefully what that means this season is win or lose, the Cougars will be in a lot of the games this season.
And I mean, this is the start, although, as I said, they were playing man-to-man. It looks like they're going back to their zone here right now. Maybe they're just giving a blow here halfway through the quarter.
Jacob Wenke running the point. Haraji on one wing. On the other wing is Ryan Killeen, number 14. There's Haraji. Zones moving around. Nice effort by Flaherty. Patrick almost had that steal. Wenke over to Killeen, into the paint. Number 33, Liam Sibist has entered the game for Haven. It'll be Springfield's ball. Flaherty with it. Back to Adams. Jake crosses the midcourt line to TJ Valetti. Into the paint. Colin Trude back out. Adams for three. Rounding out. That looked like a tight end and a linebacker going for that rebound, Don.
Yeah, there's some Strath Haven football players. I see some familiar names. Marco Kaufman's on the team, a couple other guys. Mulhern. Both were big players.
Luke Mulhern is a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah. And there's
Marco Kaufman's a senior tight end and a linebacker. He is a player, big football player. So you're right. Now these kids know each other well. They share a town border and they play a lot of sports against each other. Another new player in for Haven. Shots up, no good. Rebound down to Tom Toomey, who's come in the game for Springfield. Blake Reed, number 21, has entered the game for Haven. Chris Dolan, number 3, has also come in the game for Springfield. Trude backs in, moves to the lane, shots no good. Rebound to Jacob Wenke, and here comes Strath Haven. Wenke into the paint. Big, great pass from Blake Reed to Liam Sibist for the 2-point shot for Strath Haven. So two new players for Haven team up on a nice play to get an easy layup. Flaherty with it. Patrick crosses the midcourt line. Gets it over to Valetti. TJ back out to Flaherty. Into the corner to Toomey. Gonna have a foul called. A little bit of extracurricular activity under the glass there. Looks like Sibist, Liam Sibist, jockeying for position with Ryan Johnston. They got him on it. Those two guys went at it last time down the floor. And a little bit too much contact there for the referee. Called the foul on the Haven player. Trude to Valetti. TJ shots up, a little short. Good offensive rebound by Colin Trude. Gives the Cougars an 8-point lead with a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Chris Dolan made that play happen. He tapped that ball back into the middle. Good hustle.
Haraji, nice move. Goes up and scores. They're going to call a foul on Colin Trude on that play. That was a very awkward-looking play, but Haraji made it work. And he'll go to the free throw line to try to finish the conventional, traditional 3-point play. Jake Adams checks back into the game for TJ Valetti. Excellent first quarter by TJ. Haraji with one free throw. In the air, around and out. Trude with the rebound, gets it out to Jake Adams. Here comes Springfield. Adams to Tom Toomey, to Trude. Toomey with the left hand, passes it into the corner, down in the baseline, and up and good by Chris Dolan. Nice move to the bucket. Cougars have used that baseline pretty effectively a couple times tonight, Don.
Yeah, the bench is coming in with a little bit of a spark here. Dolan and Toomey have been hustling out there.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by Springfield. We have 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Peter Altez comes into the game for Springfield. 8 players have played already for Springfield. Wenke with the inbounds pass. Long pass out to Marco Kaufman. There's the football player we mentioned. Going to have a foul called on Springfield. That's Chris Dolan. We're not at 5 fouls yet, so it'll just be out of bounds. That's not really a bad
13 seconds,
foul.
it clears back to 0, which is good. They get another 5 in the second quarter.
That is Springfield's 4th, so there's no more fouls without 2 shots being taken. Springfield needs to play clean defense here in the remaining 13 seconds. Kaufman gets it into Wenke. Guarded by Flaherty. Wenke, top of the key. 3-point shot. Haraji. And now we know why he's put some good numbers up on the scoreboard. Beautiful shot. Jake Adams tries to match it. Looked good in the air, but did not go down. So that's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 15 and the visiting Panthers of Strath High School 10.
Yeah,
Pretty entertaining quarter.
It is, but that was a momentum breaker there. You know, to give up that 3 at the very end, you got to realize he's the shooter on the team and the scorer. You just can't lose sight of him, and we ended up letting him get a real clean look at a 3 there from the elbow. So
yeah, the Cougars flirted with a 10-point double-digit lead through much of that first quarter. Never quite got it there. Now here we are, to your point, with only a 5-point advantage in a period where it sure seemed like Springfield controlled play.
Yeah, I bet Strathaven scored 6 points there in the last 2 minutes of that quarter for sure. So there they were in that zone. Now let's see if he comes back with his man-to-man here, because it really gave them great energy to start the game.
I thought that overall, both teams, the quality of play was pretty good in that first quarter. Pretty entertaining high school basketball.
Yeah, Strathaven got off a little slow start. They had 3 turnovers on their first 3 possessions, but then they got calmed down a little bit and started to move the ball around.
And on top of that 3-point shot, Haven gets the ball to begin the second quarter. It's kind of like getting the ball last in the first half in a football game when you have the opening kickoff coming to you as well.
Yep.
It's a big advantage. Now here come the Panthers. Number 1 against number 1. Jacob Wenke and Patrick Flaherty. Ball's thrown out of bounds. It'll be Cougar ball. Haven showing full court pressure now. Looks like almost a zone or 3-quarter court. Broken easily. There goes Toomey. Great pass to Johnston. Maybe one too many passes there.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson has to shoot that. He's on his strong side there. He's on his left side.
Another steal, this time by Flaherty. Good job by Patrick. Here come the Cougars. Patrick drives it towards the baseline, pulls it back out. Gets it over to Jake Adams, and Springfield will run the offense. Haven and a man. Over to Dolan. Chris to Toomey. Thought about the shot. Back over to Flaherty for 3. It's good. Patrick Flaherty is pretty hot tonight. How many is that for Patrick so far?
So that's 8 points here in the half. He's got 2 threes, 2 big threes. Really kind of give us a little bit of a breathing room here.
8 of the 18. Patrick Flaherty. Nice job so far by Patrick. Haven moving the ball around. That's Kaufman. Ball's loose. Goes out of bounds. It'll be long to the Panthers. There's Haraji with it. Good job by Jake Adams. Almost a steal by Toomey. Looks like it could have been a traveling in the lane. Nothing called.
That was
Johnston.
a walk. That was a good call, Don. That was a walk.
Gets it over to Flaherty. Back to Ryan. Into the corner. Dolan with it. Back out to Flaherty, and Springfield will run the offense. Chance for a double-digit lead here with a bucket. High post to Johnston. To Flaherty. Patrick looking for an opening. Bothered by Blake Reed into the corner. Shot put up by Dolan. A little bit off the back rim. We're going to have a push-off called on the rebound against Springfield. That'll be the first team foul by either squad here in the second quarter. Both Valetti and Trude re-enter the game for Springfield, replacing Johnston and Flaherty. So 2 starters replace 2 starters.
And they're the bad fouls. Ryan Johnson just can't do that. I mean, we need him on the floor. If we're ever going to play big, both of the big guys have to be on the floor. You can't get a cheap foul like that under the basket.
That's his second personal. So I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he's out. Have a travel called on Ryan Colleen. When he went down to recapture the ball, he moved both pivot feet, and the referee saw that. Good call by the gentleman in the striped shirt. See, Don, we can compliment referees.
At least for parts of the game.
TJ Valetti with it into Toomey. Cross court to Jake Adams. Back to Colin Trude. Colin guarded by Blake Reed. I'd like to see some one-on-one there. Valetti. There it is, in the paint. There he goes to the glass. Springfield gets the offensive rebound. Adams goes in, and they're going to call a foul, a blocking foul on the Panthers. One thing about Jake Adams, we noticed this in the Harriton game, Don. One of his strengths to his game is he can get to the glass. If you give him an inch, he'll take the ball to the paint, into the paint and to the rack.
Yeah, we need him to be aggressive because that just opens it up for the big guys. He can look for dish or get to the basket like he just did right there.
First free throw by Jake Adams is up and good. Haraji checks out for a breather. Jacob Wenke returns to the game for Strathaven. Second free throw coming for Adams. It's in the air, around and out. Rebound chased down by Blake Reed. Turnover gives the ball to Springfield. Valetti to trigger the inbounds pass for the Cougars. Jake Adams, top of the key, into the corner. A little bit of confusion there on when the pass was going to be thrown. And the ball goes out of bounds off of the Springfield player. It'll be Haven ball with 5:15 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, you see they're back in their man-to-man here, trying to pick up the energy, which they have out of the start of that quarter there.
Nice move into the lane by Jacob Wenke, and a spin and a shot, and it's good. Cuts the lead down to 7. Adams to Dolan. Chris has it. Back to Jake Adams. Jake to Chris. Cross court to TJ Valetti. Valetti to Adams for 3. It's good. Jake Adams. 3-point shot. Cougars shooting well from the outside so far. That's what, 3
That's
or
our
4?
third 3 for the night, yep. 2 for Flaherty, 1 for Adams. That's a good sign.
Wenke with it. This is Jahi Curtis. Nice spin move by Curtis. Back rim. That was a nice move by Jahi, and a frustration foul as Curtis tries to get the offensive rebound. So this is the first 10-point lead for either team. Let's see if the Cougars can close this half out and make the lead even more comfortable. Valetti coming up the floor with it. TJ gets it over to Chris Dolan. Chris, nice give and go to Jake Adams. Beautiful play by Chris Dolan. Saw his teammate break into the hoop, and up and good it went. Nice play by Dolan.
It
there.
is, and a great cut by Jake Adams, and he's come to life here in the second quarter. He has 6 points in the quarter with that big 3 also. Just a great second quarter for Jake.
That was really good teamwork. That's the kind of thing you love to see at all levels of sport, where a teammate sees one of his other players, in this case, going for easy points and feeds them beautifully for it. It's kind of like a quarterback throwing a perfect forward pass.
Yeah, and I mean, I really think they're feeding off the energy of their defense here, and I just believe that man-to-man, they got their athletes on the floor right now. Some of the slower guys are on the bench. and they're really pushing the pressure on defense, which pushes them into their offense with high energy.
Do you think that energy thing is because it's physically more demanding to play man-to-man defense, and the adrenaline and the energy levels just up because of the style of defense?
Yeah, so you're revved up playing defense, which means you come down flying hard on offense, and you see that we're shooting a lot quicker. We're not moving the ball around. We're shooting within less than 30 seconds. We're getting our shots off.
So this is an oversimplification for the novice here, but in general, a zone defense leads to a lot more passing on offense. Man-to-man tends to be a lot more aggressive to the glass.
I think it is. I really do. You just get a lull, a little bit of a lull in the zone. You know, and it makes the offense slow down. It makes their offense slow down.
Shot put up and no good. That's Blake Reed. He was fouled on his way to the glass. That was a good aggressive effort by Reed. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2. It's really strange to feel like we're never going to say 1-1 ever again, Don, at the high school level.
For high school level, it is true.
There is no such thing as a one-on-one free throw anymore. That's hard to believe. It's been a long time watching one-on-ones.
And the articles I saw on the whole thing, it's all about safety is what they were talking about. I just can't really recall someone getting hurt on a one-on-one foul shot.
That's interesting. Maybe with blockouts or that kind of stuff?
I don't know.
So both free throws are missed. It's Cougar ball. Trude thinks about going up with it. He's reach-in foul on Blake Reed. Both teams now have, oh no, Haven has 3 team fouls here in the second quarter. TJ Valetti to bring it in for Springfield. Gets it into Toomey. Tom Toomey to Dolan to Adams, drives the baseline, gets it back out. Dolan to Trude. Collin down the lane, goes up, no good. Rebound to Reed, and here come the Panthers. Down by 12. Strathaven needs a bucket if you're a Panther fan. That's Justin Wilson with it. Nice steal by Colin Trude.
Oh, good hustle.
Dolan saw it and goes down and grabs it and goes to the glass. Excellent job by Chris Dolan. Chris is having a nice game tonight.
And he turned the afterburners on there to go right by that guy as they ran back court.
Another steal. Collins got it, saves it to Dolan or to a TJ, and he goes up for the layup. And suddenly the Cougars have forged out to a 16-point lead here as we approach the 2.5-minute mark of the first half.
I mean, that was a total layout by Colin Trude there. Tremendous play.
Wilson in the corner. Gets it out to Blake Reed. Almost another steal by Colin Trude. Colin's been a pickpocket out there tonight, at least in the last few minutes. Liam Sibist and Theo Haraji re-entered the game for the Panthers. Panthers need some offense, so no surprise to see Haraji come back in. Into the corner. 3-point shot is up and no good by Sisbit. Here come the Cougars. Valetti with it to Trude. Thought about shooting it. Gets it over to Jake Adams. Jake looks to go to the glass. Go to the glass and get fouled. Excellent penetrator with the basketball, number 11. Springfield's fine senior guard, Jake Adams. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2. First one's in the air, around and out. Second free throw's in the air. This one's in the bucket. Don, the Cougars have outscored the Panthers 14-2 here in a very dominating second quarter so far by Springfield.
With tremendous half-court man-to-man defense is how they're doing it, and total overplay on the passing lanes.
There's additional overplay. Ball's loose. Great defense. You just called the overplay. All of a sudden, Chris Dolan came out of nowhere to attack the basketball, which led to that tie-up and changed the possession. It's almost like a sudden double team. It's all a timing play
Yeah.
out there defensively, it looks like.
It's just a commitment to moving quick, get your hands in the passing lane. If you can deflect the ball like Trude did on those last two.
Too much pressure by Jacob Wenke. That will be the final team foul that Haven has this half. Actually, that's number 5, so that is
So here's
going
the
to
new
result
rule,
in
yep.
free throws. This is the 5th team foul in the second quarter. So Flaherty goes to the line for 2 free throws. First one's up and good. His shot looks really good tonight. Good rotation. Second free throw for Patrick. Around and out. I jinxed him. I promise not to say anything ever again.
TJ Valetti is having a half here. Great steal from behind there.
Using his athleticism, as you mentioned. Trude, top of the key for Collin. Guarded by Wilson. Shots up and good for Valetti. He's strong going to the glass, too. We have some kids who can finish at the glass beyond the 2 big guys, Don.
You can see he can get off his feet really quick. You can see how athletic he really is.
Another steal. Adams, reach-in foul. Jake did not like that call. Did not like that foul, I should say. Let's see if we're going to have a technical foul call
Jake
here.
reacted. Always the second guy that gets caught.
They did call a technical foul on Jake Adams after calling the personal foul.
I think
on
they
Ryan
had this wrong.
Colleen.
Does Strathaven get the ball back after the technical?
That's my understanding. That was the
So
most
I think
recent.
this is what they're
call.
talking about right now. I think he thinks it should go down here first. We shoot our 2 first, then
Correct.
they shoot the technical.
Yes, the first foul should be shot first,
Right,
I
yeah.
think, which would be Jake Adams taking 2. And then Haven will shoot their technical free throws
Right.
and get possession. We have 1:06 remaining. Cougars up by 20. Jake could make that even more here. The first one's up. Back rim, no good. Second free throw coming for Adams. In the air, in the bucket.
Now they get to pick, I guess, who shoots a 2.
I'm sure it'll be Haraji. There it is, number 2, Theo Haraji. Theo's only a sophomore at Strathaven High School. This is a really good young player for the Panthers. Must come from a family of basketball players over in the Wallingford area. I'll bet they have a hoop on their garage if they have one. First free throw, technical free throws up, no good.
And you just jinxed him.
Do you think it's tougher sometimes to shoot a free throw when you're there all by yourself? Or doesn't it matter? Really?
Yeah, I think that is a good point. I mean, I think you're looking at nobody around you.
Second free throws around and out. That was pretty good for him. Theo looks pretty disgusted with himself. And now it'll be Haven ball side court.
20's into the game for the Cougars. This is the first time I've seen him get in. Denham Norman. And I believe he's a transfer that came in. He's a new student here for us here at Springfield this year.
My understanding is he brings a lot of energy to the team at practice and everywhere.
So man-to-man's perfect for him then. Right into the man-to-man here.
This is Wenke with it. Swings it over. Down to Jahi Curtis. Pass down the floor. Goes off the hands of Peter Altez. It'll be Haven ball with 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Almost a palm. Nice move down the lane. Floater uses the backboard. That was Ryan Colleen, a junior at Haven, for 2. Norman over to Flaherty. There goes Patrick to the glass. No good. Nice rebound by Trude. Putback was a little bit strong. Almost a steal by Flaherty. He does get the steal. There goes Trude to the glass with the left hand up and good. Haraji with it. We're at 5 seconds. Wenke long three-point shot is off the front of the rim. That's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 35 and the visiting Panthers of Strath High School 14. Springfield outscored Strath 20-4 in that second quarter to stretch what was a 5-point lead after one to the current advantage of 21 here at halftime, 35-14. So here with some halftime statistics is Don Mooney.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin McCormick has got to be pleased. He got so much production from his underclassmen here, and leading the way and leading the Cougars, TJ Valetti with 8 points in the first half. A great all-around, a lot of rebound, a lot of steals. Patrick Flaherty got 2 threes in there. He's got 9 points in the half. Chris Stolen came off the bench, scored 4. And Jake Adams got going in the second quarter, 8 points all in the second quarter. Colin Trude kicked in 4, and Ryan Johnson chipped in with 2. For the Haven Panthers, Jacob Wenke with 2, Theo Haraji with 6, Ryan Killeen with 4, and Liam Zebus with 2.
So with that, we'll take about a 10-minute break, and we encourage you all to come back for what will be most assuredly a very exciting second half of Central League High School basketball action. Welcome back to the gymnasium here at Springfield High School, where at halftime, your hometown Cougars, on the strength of a second quarter outscoring Strath 20-4, have taken a commanding 35-14 lead into the locker room at halftime. Don, a lot of aggressiveness shown on both ends of the floor by the Cougars so far tonight, and also very balanced scoring to complement that defense.
And look, they're doing it without Colin Trude. He's only got 4. He's got 2 in each quarter. That's not normal for him. He's usually double digits if we can get him there. So I think they need to build on this. This is a big confidence builder. Come out of the locker room on another charge. You know, if the game's got to get up to 28, 30 points, that's what it is. And then they can rest and do what they want in the fourth quarter. But I hope they stay in that man-to-man when they come out of here in this third quarter.
And you know, Don, your comment about Colin Trude's interesting, because when Springfield made their major surge there midway through the second quarter, it was Colin coming off the baseline and charging out to the front court and making like 3 steals in a row to trigger some relatively simple buckets for Springfield. So he's definitely gotten it done on the defensive side of the game. And overall, rebounding, a lot of good passes here tonight, some good three-point shooting. And you put it all together as a team effort, and it's 35-14. Let's see if Springfield can keep it up here as we begin the third period.
Yep.
In other Central League action tonight, we mentioned the league leaders, Lower Merion and Conestoga, playing out in Berwyn tonight. Upper Darby's at Garnet Valley. Both of those teams are 1-1 on the season. And Pencrest, an early surprise at 2-0. They're visiting Harriet, and Harriet's 1-1. Tomorrow night, Ridley plays at Haverford, and Marple Newtown visits Radnor. Marple is also 2-0 early here in the 2023-2024 season.
Mm-hmm. That's good to see. They're in their man-to-man. That's good.
Nice pass, knocked away, stolen by Ryan Johnston. Here comes Patrick Flaherty. Gets it down to Valetti. TJ to the baseline. Tries to get it into Trude, went off a player's foot. Stolen. Nice move to the basket by Jahi Curtis, a junior at Strath High School.
That was actually a Euro step. I guess you get to do that in high school, too. I thought it was only the pros.
Adams over to Trude. Colin back to Jake. Into the corner to Johnston. Cross court, Flaherty. Starting 5 back on the floor for Springfield. Flaherty for 3. In and out. Great offensive board work by Ryan Johnston. He came streaking down the baseline, grabbed that rebound with his height and his strength, and put it right back up and in. Steal by Valetti. Here come the Cougars. TJ onto the wing to Adams, to the glass, up, no good. Looked like some contact, nothing called.
That was a body foul for sure, it looked like.
Curtis has it for Haven. To Wenke, back to Curtis. Goes down the lane, moves in on Johnston, puts up the shots, no good. Rebound to Jake Adams, and here come the Cougars. Valetti knocked out of bounds smartly by Haraji. Flaherty to Adams, to Trude, to Valetti. So the Cougars move it around. TJ to Ryan Johnston. Going to have a foul called. Hold against Colin Trude. Might have been called on Haraji. It is on Theo. First team foul in the third quarter by either squad. Pass goes out to Colin Trude. To Patrick Flaherty. Backs it out. Over to Adams. Down the lane goes Jake. This is his play. Jake Adams drives to the glass. Boy, can he close near the basket. I really like watching him.
He elevates quickly, both sides. That was his left hand he finished with a great move.
Wenke. Shots up and good. Off the window, a nice shot as he's falling down by junior Jacob Wenke. Cougars with the ball. Adams to Flaherty into the corner to Johnston. Ryan thinks about the baseline, not much there, and throws it too far to the side of Jake Adams, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Strath Haven ball. Curtis with it into the corner. That's Justin Wilson. Brings it out to Haraji. Back to Curtis. Working on Johnston. Jahil to the basket. Jahi for two. Jahi Curtis.
He came out of the locker room there. He's got 4 points to start him off here in the first 3 minutes.
Showing some good action here so far in the second half. Johnston. Cross court. Flaherty. Corner. Adams for three. Jake Adams. And Springfield's good shooting continues here in the third quarter.
That gives Jake 13 on the night. Nice night he's having. And he's playing good defense too.
Wilson to Curtis. Jahi working on Johnston, backs it out. Gets it out to Haraji.
Yeah, he's matched up on Haraji, so he's doing a good job on their top scorer.
That's Ryan Colleen with it. Guarded by Valetti. To Curtis. Up, around, and in. It almost looks like they're trying to get the ball to Curtis here in the third quarter. So far, it's been very successful.
Who was covering him there? Is it Trude? Maybe they put Ryan Johnston on him. Let him bang around with him.
Adams with it. Into the corner. Valetti thought about the shot. Top of the key to Trude for three. Colin Trude. 3-point bucket. Wenke. Stolen by Flaherty. Great steal. Down to Adams. Jake's going to the glass. It's scoring it. Tell you, if you give a free lane to Jake Adams with the basketball, he's going to score 95% of the time. TJ Valetti to Adams. Back to Flaherty. Here comes Springfield. Trude again for three. And again, Colin Trude starting to feel it. 2 straight triples for Springfield's fine senior. Don, I understand Colin is committed to York College and plans to play basketball at the collegiate level.
Yeah, and I think Newman was interested in him, which is a perfect level for him. Go play Division III and really work hard on your game. Big. He just hit 2 threes in a row and really almost has put this game out of reach now.
So Colin must be in double digits now for the game. Those 3-point shots add up quick.
They do. But Jake Adams is the story tonight here. He had 8 at half, and he comes out with 7 in the third quarter, along with Trude's 6, and have really extended the lead here for the Cougars.
So the next 2 games are going to be girls' games next week on Tuesday the 19th. The Lions of Pencrest come in to take on the Springfield girls team. And then on Thursday, the always tough Raptors of Radnor High School will come in to play Springfield's girls team
These 3
as
games
well.
for the girls are going to be a good indication on where they're really at. They can win all 3 of these games, and they could also be very tough games for them.
Layup missed, and then a foul on the attempted rebound. It's too bad. Jahi's having a great third quarter. That was a pretty easy layup, and he just put it up too hard. So with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter, here come the Cougars. Up by 28. Flaherty with it to the baseline. Gets it out to Johnston. They moved Ryan out onto a wing position for the moment. This is interesting. The 2 big men playing a little bit further out than normal. There goes Colin up a little bit strong. Rebound to Blake Reed of Strath Haven. Wenke with it to Curtis. Jahi backing in on Johnston. Shot's no good. Going to foul called on Ryan Johnston. Those are two big bodies banging around down in that
I thought
paint.
he really
Don.
held his ground there, yeah.
First free throw by Curtis is up and good. Almost seems like Curtis has scored almost all their points here in the third period. Second free throw coming for Jahi. Left-handed dribble, right-handed shot, up and good. Liam Sibis is coming in for the Panthers to give Jahi Curtis a well-deserved rest. Nice job by Curtis in that third quarter so far for Haven. Jake Adams gets it into Flaherty. Here comes Springfield. Cougars have done a nice job breaking the press tonight. Springfield's ball handling looks pretty solid this year, Don. At least so
Flaherty
far.
is very confident with the ball, which is great. He's obviously very athletic, strong, so hopefully will be the one primary. Jake can handle the ball too. And Valetti, of all people, looks like he can actually handle the ball.
Valetti into Flaherty. Patrick over to Adams. Fakes the shot, pulls it out. Into the corner to Johnston. Ryan to the baseline. Drives the baseline into the corner to TJ. Back out to Flaherty. Wide open. Colin Trude. Nothing but net. 3 in a row for Colin Trude. And the Cougars take a 29-point lead at 53-24. Haraji.
We know he likes to shoot the three. Last year he loved to do it. He's right here, right now, getting it going here tonight.
Trude for 3. A little bit off. Rebound to Haraji for Strath Haven. Nice pass and shot up. No good. Rebound to Trude. Long down court pass to Flaherty. Then a little running and gunning right now. Flaherty up. Around and no good. Johnston with a strong offensive rebound. They're going to call him on that foul. It's interesting. He got the rebound. What do you think he did wrong there, Don? Did he climb up somebody's back?
I think they're saying he went over the top on that one play. That's his fourth. So they're gonna have to sub here.
And now, these are some of my favorite moves by head coaches when a game gets to be like this. We just had 5 new players come in for Springfield. For the Cougars, number 5, Rakee Boyer is in the game along with Tom Toomey and Peter Altez. Chris Dolan and number 32, we don't have his name on the roster. See if he's maybe on the JV roster. This is Rakee Boyer, junior guard for the Cougars. Boyer to the glass, up a little bit strong. Rebound comes down to Haven. We're inside 35 seconds to go. Going to have a reach-in foul called on Rakee Boyer.
The JV roster.
Denham Norman will replace Rakee. Going to have a conversation with Coach McCormick. Haven with the ball, 32 seconds to go. Blake Reed with it. Over to Colleen. Ball knocked out of bounds off of a Haven player. It'll be Springfield ball. 27 seconds to go. Norman has it. Norman. Stolen by Brady Nangle, a sophomore who's come into the game for Haven. That's Nangle with the ball. Back to Colleen. Marco Kaufman, top of the key to Reed. Nice steal by Tom Toomey. 3-point shot put up, no good. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Springfield Cougars 53 and the visiting Strath Haven Panthers 24. Springfield outscored Strath Haven 18-10 in that third quarter. A lot of it thanks to Colin Trude with three
big threes in the quarter, and has put him in double digits for sure with 13 points. And then Jake Adams with 7 in the quarter. He's got 15 on the night. So just Just a great way to get out of the locker room there. Man-to-man right away. High-intensity defense, which pushes into their offense. They started running, getting to the basket. So we're out of the 40s. That's what we wanted. We're at 53 here, and I guess it'll be a little slow up here with some of the subs in there. They won't score as much, but let's see what they can do here.
So it'll be fun to see Ricky Boyer play a bit here in the fourth quarter. He's a new member of Springfield's program. He transferred back to Springfield after 2 years at Archbishop Carroll. So the preseason look at Ricky is that there's good ball handling, good pull-up jumper, good quickness, and good defense. So we'll see how it goes here in the fourth quarter. That's him with the ball right now. Boyer gets it over to Dolan, to Toomey. Tom Toomey back to Ricky. Peter Altez with it. To Boyer, into the paint. Gets it back out. Dolan thought about the shot. Gets it back out to Boyer. Ricky to Toomey. Toomey to the baseline. They're going to call a travel there on Boyer. Must have shuffled his feet.
Boyer looks confident with the ball, so he
sure
could
does.
be a backup point guard if we need him.
Ball stolen by Springfield, 2-on-1 developing. That's Dolan to Toomey, a little bit too far under the glass. Back to Ricky. Ricky pulls it out and runs the offense. Good job by Boyer. Toomey with it. That's Altez. Peter. Dolan with the left hand, a little bit strong. Rebound to Haven. Here come the Panthers. Three-point shot up a little short by Colleen. Rebound into the corner to Springfield. Good job by Tom Toomey. Gets it over to Boyer. Corner shot for Dolan. Around and out. Look good in the air. Fight for the rebound. Comes down to Strathaven. That's Liam Sibist with it.
Peter Altez did a nice job. He's banging the glass there, trying to get that offensive rebound.
Reed, stolen, nice steal. As you said, by Peter Altez for the easy layup. Good steal and end-to-end by Peter Altez. It looks like Springfield has some pretty impressive depth this year, Don. These kids look really good out there.
Yeah, there's really no letdown. Maybe Strathaven's down a little bit tonight, but there's no letdown from the Cougars.
There's another one. A little compliment to the referee there. Altez goes up, gets fouled. Good job by Peter. Altez is only a sophomore at the high school. We have a lot of underclassmen getting a lot of valuable minutes in these kinds of games. Cougars have 4 seniors on the squad, and the rest are underclassmen.
It gives them confidence. I mean, they're in a varsity game here, so practice is going to get more intense now after they're starting to feel confident.
And it's only December.
Yeah, they're not doing a tournament over the holiday. I'm surprised. I think they have a game with Shanahan, is it? Sometime during that week. The girls will be up at the O'Hara tournament.
Second free throw coming for Peter Altez. Ball's in the air, in the bucket. Rattles it home. Wenke with it, dribbles with the left hand, guarded tightly by Ricky Boyer. Three-point shot put up and a little strong.
That's our friend, Mr. Kaufman, the big football
player. Great look down the floor. And number 32, we really apologize for not having his name, but he just got presumably his first 2 home points, maybe the first 2 points of his varsity career on a great pass by his teammate. Luke Mulhern, sophomore, comes into the game. Kaufman checks out. Quarterback comes in. The middle linebacker goes out. Free throws No good. We have a tie-up. Good job by Altez. Peter Altez doing a lot of good stuff out there on the floor the last few minutes. Re-entering the game is Denham Norman. He'll replace Altez. Good job by Peter. We're inside the 5-minute mark remaining in tonight's game.
That's great. He's getting everybody in tonight. The whole bench has been in, and these guys are going to get a whole quarter of minutes.
Good move to the bucket by Jacob Wenke of the Strath Panthers. Boyer gets it over to Toomey. Tom Toomey to Chris Dolan. To Denham Norman. Norman. Pass is stolen. That's Curtis going to the glass. Puts it up and in. Tom Toomey to bring it in for Springfield. Gets it to Boyer. Rakey guarded tightly by Wenke. Rakey shakes him easily. Pass over to Dolan. Chris. To Tom Toomey. Toomey. Three-point shot for Toomey. It's good. Tom Toomey. Nothing but net. Beautiful high-arcing three-point shot by Tom Toomey. Tom's just a sophomore at the high school. Ball's knocked away, but they're going to call a personal foul on Springfield. I know they're not. They're just going to call it out of bounds, I guess, off of the Springfield player. So, Don, it's 61-28, and the clock is running. That's 33 points. Do you know what it is? Is it a 30-point rule at the high school level? I think it's 30 points and then the
clock runs, yes.
So this is the running clock rule going on right now. Luke Mulhern with the ball, passes it over to Wenke. Stops and pops, a little short. Rebound to Dolan. Here come the Cougars. Rakey Boyer. Back to Chris Dolan. Springfield slowing it down a bit here. Still running the offense. Boyer tries to get it into the post. Toomey flashes out to grab it. Tom Toomey. Tight man-to-man being played by Haven. A personal foul will be called on John Riley. John's a freshman over at Haven. That's the third team foul for the Panthers here in the fourth quarter. Springfield's only committed one foul here in the fourth. Tom Toomey to bring it in for Springfield. Gets it out to Rakey Boyer. Rakey down the lane, goes up, and almost scores. Nice soft touch. Just fell off the rim. Looked like it was going to drop. And now Haven has it to the baseline. Stop, shot, a little short, but he is fouled in the act of shooting. And Luke Mulhern will step to the free throw line, shooting two. First one's up and good. Peter Altez checks back in for Springfield. Second free throw coming from Mulhern. That one's around and out. Fight for the rebound. Good job by Toomey fighting for it. Scramble on the floor. A tie-up. Little extracurricular activity on the fight for the rebound there.
You like to see that aggressive play. That's great. He's only a sophomore.
Peter Altez. Cross-court pass to Chris Dolan. Here come the Cougars. Dolan. To Altez. To Toomey. Toomey to Norman. Denham. Pushing foul called on Strath. That's their fourth team foul. That's the last foul they have to give here in the fourth quarter before Springfield shoots two free throws. New rule in both the boys and girls games that the PIAA put in Pennsylvania high school basketball this year. Pretty significant change after a long time of shooting one-on-ones. No more one-on-ones in high school basketball. Post shot up. Beautiful shot by Peter Altez. Cougars have really shot the ball well tonight, Tom.
We'll have to find out from the athletic department whether that change in the foul shooting rule is a national rule for high school or just Pennsylvania.
Good question. Shot up and good by number 13. That's probably Jack Gosnell from the JV team. Toomey down the baseline, up and over, a little bit strong. We're inside 30 seconds to go. Here comes Haven to the corner to Riley. Back out to Gosnell. Cross court into the corner. It's Riley with it. Out to Gosnell. Stops on the baseline, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound fought for, fighting. Goes out of bounds, it'll be Haven ball. The clock is running, and the clock will run out. That's the end of tonight's game. With the final score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield, 64. And the visiting Panthers of Strath High School, 32. Springfield outscored Haven 11-8 in the fourth quarter to double up the Panthers 64-32. Springfield won all four quarters tonight. The fourth quarter by 3, the first quarter by 5. The two middle quarters is where Springfield really put the game away, especially the second quarter where Springfield erupted by scoring 20 points and holding Haven to 4 to take a commanding 21-point lead at halftime, and then pretty much cruised in the second half for the solid win tonight by the Cougars.
Yeah, and I think it really started with their defense. They came right out of the gate in man-to-man, aggressive man-to-man, which then ignited their offense with lots of energy, lots of push on the ball up the floor, and aggressive drives to the basket, and ultimately they got the threes going in the second quarter, and then they continued it in the second half, which ended up pushing this game totally out of reach for the Strath Haven Panthers. Looking at the scoring tonight, a lot of people on the score chart here. Patrick Flaherty had 9 points all in the first half. Chris Dolan with 4. Jake Adams ended up leading us with 15. Peter Altes, a great job off the bench with 5. Tom Toomey got 3. Colin Trude with 13. Ryan Johnson with 4. TJ Valetti with 2. And then our JV player ended up with 2. I'm sorry I don't have his name. We'll get that for next game. And then for Strath Haven, Jacob Wenke was 6. Theo Haraji was 6. Jahi Curtis got going in the second half. 10 points all in the second half. Ryan Colleen with 4. Liam Zebras with 2. Luke Mulhern with 1. And Jack Bushnell with 2 points for Strath Haven.
So, Don, this win brings Springfield's early season record to 2 wins and 2 losses. The Cougars' 2 wins have been by, you ready for this? 47 and 32 points. The 2 losses have been by 6 and by 7. There seems to be very little middle ground so far, and we'll say what we said at the beginning of the night. It's going to be interesting to see who this team turns into. From what I've seen, there's clearly potential here for a pretty solid season. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can see tonight they used their athleticism to play the defense where they've played zone a lot in the first 3 games. So let's see if they kind of work on their man-to-man, stay in it, which pushes their offense. And I just love the aggressive player getting to the basket. Now maybe Strath Haven, their head coach, wasn't here tonight. Maybe they're missing some players. So you don't know, your next opponent could be a much better. If they're playing Pencrest, it is for sure. Pencross is off to a very good start in the Central League.
Yeah, the one thing you said a couple times tonight, and I agree 100% with it, is this Springfield team is very physical. They can get to the glass, they can rebound strong, and if they're putting the ball in the bucket, they're going to be tough because they play aggressive, solid defense. So far after 4 games, when the Cougars have been in the 60s and in one game 91, Springfield's won easily. The 2 games where they had very tight games but 2 losses were when they did not get over 45
out
points
of 40,
or so.
yeah.
So it all comes down to scoring the ball and being aggressive. And high school basketball is so much fun because you never know, night to night, how the team's going to play.
Yeah, but that's what we need from them. They need to be more consistent. You know what I mean? How they're running their offense, how they're scoring. You know, their defense, whether it's zone or man, they play good defense. All Coach McCormick's teams always play good defense, but they got to get their offense on a roll here. They got some tough games coming up next week, and they're going to have their hands full with those two opponents. So we hopefully, and they're over at Pencrest. What do they call it over there? Some kind of dog pound or whatever it is. It's tough to play over there.
So our next broadcast on Springfield Educational Television and streamed over the internet by live stream will be next Tuesday evening, December 19th. It'll be a Springfield High School girls game against the Lions of Pencrest. I guess if you have any final comments.
No, I mean, I'm just so glad they really got it going here. I didn't want to see them fall 0-3 in Central League play, so they worked hard this weekend. They were in all weekend working on it. They came out a different-looking team than what they were last week, and that's what you want to see. They've rebounded here, and hopefully they can keep it rolling over there at a tough game at Pencrest.
It was also fun to see the entire bench play tonight, and it seems to me that some of these backups have a lot of potential as well. There's some pretty good basketball talent here at Springfield High School this season. Let's hope it continues to grow and develop and the teamwork continues. And looking forward to a good season.
Yeah, I mean, it's so rare that we have a big, tall, post player. So Trude is somewhat like that. He likes to shoot the three. You saw that tonight. We're going over to Pencrest. They have a young sophomore big player that is really doing well.
Yeah, it's MITA is the name of the player.
Yeah.
I don't know if
so
it's Mita or Mita.
Ryan Johnson's
we'll
going to
find
be messed
out.
up. Yeah,
he's
going to have his
really
hands
good.
full.
Yep. So with that, it's a wrap here from Springfield High School. Once again, the final score of tonight's game, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 64, the visiting Panthers of Strath 32. On behalf of color commentator Don Mooney, my name's Don Cadge. It's been our pleasure to bring you tonight's game. We thank you for watching.